Greetings. So we heard from Capricorn Clark. I think tomorrow they said Mia and LAPD and LA Fire Department, Jimenez and somebody else and Mia. Um, so that's supposed to go down tomorrow, Mia. So it's going to be more explosive testimony, man, because I heard some allegations on her end. And the defense tried to put the fire out, try to extinguish the fire that um, the prosecutor started today. And like I said, it was explosive. We knew it was going to be explosive. But yeah, man, we knew it was going to be explosive. Um, Hold on one second. Let me just do this right now. Because they coming in here. I know they are. I know they are. Um, Mia's supposed to be tomorrow. So I think she accused him of assaulting her. You know, that either that assault or the alleged grape. So we gonna figure that out tomorrow. So it's a lot going on with this case, man. It's starting to really heat up. It's starting to really heat up, man. And like I said, they said they're on track to finish. I believe they said within the 5 week period. So they have a long way to go still, because we're in the third week of testimony, and they said they on track to finish in week 5. So that's a lot more people to hit that witness stand. That's what I'm thinking. And then the what do you call it? The defense will eventually, the state will, I mean, excuse me, the government will rest their case, and then the defense will put on their case. So we still got a long way to go. I know they said they're on track to finish. I think they're on track to finish before 4th of July. The jury, I'm thinking the jury should have something before the 4th, at least. So yeah, man, it's going down, man. I saw, I'm sure you seeing on YouTube people reporting on it. It just, I don't think it looked good today for the defense. That's just my opinion on it. Um, it's a lot going on with this storyline. I don't know if you guys know, there was I ain't gonna get into that. That ain't none of my business. We got some drama out there, and that ain't none of my business. I'm staying out of the drama. You feel me? I'm not gonna name no names or anything like that. But just know that I got my eyes to everything. There's some drama that could, yeah, I ain't gonna speak on it. But this thing is all the way heating up, man. It definitely is heating up. It's a nice day out here today. I'm just telling you. Nice day out. It's heating up. It's heating up in more ways than one. And it's getting crazy. It's definitely getting crazy. So what the defense tried to do was they tried to say, well, you kept the problem. The problem in her testimony is, I guess, defense tried to stress is that she kept going back. After you was kidnapped twice, because remember when she first started working for him, they held her for 5 days, taking some lie detector test with some big fat guy. That's what she said. Well, um, okay, that was random. Damn, okay, it's crazy out here. Said that he held her against her will for 5 days. I don't even know why you would work for him at that point. Even I question that. Like, if somebody um hold you for 5 days to take a lie detector test, and it's a big fat guy, like she's saying, she made it seem like he was like huge, taking a lie detector test in a warehouse. That sound like a movie. That sound like a horror flick. And then he said, if you fail this, you're gonna be in the river. Like, I wouldn't work for somebody like that, would you? I definitely wouldn't. And then with this whole Cassie and Kid Cudi situation broke off, he held you at gunpoint. Now, Agnifilio said, well, did he point the gun at you? She said no, but he was waving it. So the fact that he had a gun on him, if the story is true, like I said, the reason why I say if the story is true, you still have to say alleged, because there's no video of it. There's no video of them at Kid Cudi's house or anything like that. It's just whether or not the jury is going to take her word for it. If they hold her as credible, that's problematic for the what do you call it? For the defense. It's very problematic. I'm gonna tell you something, man. The devil is busy out here, man. The devil is out here for sure. The devil is out here, man. Some people got the devil spirit in them. It's out here, man. I can see it in people's eyes. But that's neither here nor there. Just for people out there, everybody just got to watch their back. And it's crazy, man. So like when the Cassie and Kid Cudi situation broke off, um, so he pretty much held you against your will, kind of, so to speak. Like, I can read between the lines. He don't have to point the gun at you, but if he acting all aggressive and he got the gun and you scared, so you felt compelled to go. You know what I'm saying? You felt compelled to go. Nobody went to the police or anything like that. So that's a little problematic, a little bit. Like, why would you keep working for him? And she explained it like, I don't want to be disposable. I don't want the industry to know that. So I was preserving my career. But at the end of the day, that's kind of extreme. You could have got him for money. Like, forget the career. You could have sued his ass. Like, I mean, for big money. You know what I'm saying? She could have sued him from the very beginning when he allegedly held her against her will to take a lie detector test. He could have been on the hook for a lot of money at that point. You know, from the very beginning. But I guess she's saying that would have, like, she wouldn't, because she said when she stopped working for him, nobody wanted to hire her. And then she mentioned this. Check this out. This came out in court too. She said she went to go work for Chris Lighty, and she never. And the prosecutor was like, "Well, what happened? Well, he died. She ain't never get a chance to work for him because he died. She was supposed to go work for 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? But Chris Lighty died, and you know about that situation. Like, that situation involving Chris Lighty is a little hairy. You know what I'm saying? But I believe they ruled it a suicide. Chris Lighty, you know what I'm saying, is involving a gun. So, yeah, the devil busy out here, folks. Hold on one second. Yeah, the devil busy out here, man. That's all I can tell you, man. Hold on one second. Yeah. Hold on one second. Damn it, hold on. Y'all can still hear me? Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just it's the environment. It's just crazy. Yeah, you said no one would have believed her. But yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, cause that story seemed unbelievable. Like, holding you all that time and then saying that if something come up, you'll be in the river or something like that. And it seemed like something out of a movie. Like, yo, it's a little bit of drama out there, folks. But I don't want to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a little drama out there, yo. And I just, you know what I'm saying, I keep it moving, man. But this is what I want to say real quick. Y'all gonna hear about it. Y'all gonna hear about it from when what's her name go live, yo. Y'all probably seeing it already. It's some drama, yo. Drama going down. But like I said, I'm just there to, I'm saying I'm just giving y'all the story and I'm just keeping it moving like that. There's some trouble out there. And I believe it's some paid trouble out there. You know what I'm saying? There's some paid trouble out there. But as long as everybody keep their hands to themselves, that's all I care about. As long as you keep your hands to yourself, that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? But I can't really speak on the drama going on because there's different fires erupting right now in different sections. There's different fires erupting right now. That's all I can really tell you. But if you out there, you know. Like it's different fires erupting. And it's for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But I got enough going on, than worrying about drama. You know what I mean? I got enough going on. I'm here to give it to you and give you my opinion. I'm just giving you my opinion, and that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you my opinion, and that's pretty much it, man. It's just that simple, So yeah, I know she said that. She did say that in the club with Shine, yeah. But Shine wasn't innocent either. He wasn't innocent either, and she said that. But for this situation, right? The defense is they tried to put out there like, look, man, you kept going back to work for him, right? And then at the end, he was like, did you want to work for him? She said, yeah, something like that. I don't have no more questions and all that. I don't know if that was enough to put out the fire. Um, I don't know if that was enough to to really put out the fire, so to speak, but we'll see. It's definitely what it's up to what the jury thinks at this point. That's why I keep telling you because there's no video at Kid Cudi house, but apparently Kid Cudi he didn't tell this story. He didn't say when he ran into Puff he took off and and skirted out. He didn't say that in his testimony. You know what I'm saying? So the jury this is a hard case for the jury. They're gonna have to put this all together for sure. But I'm telling you, I had said before, man, CC Sabathia is in the top of the six, yo. He's still in the top of the six. He's in the middle of the six now. And all strikeouts. Because they didn't do enough to curb the fire. They did not. Especially if Mia is testifying tomorrow, they didn't do enough. They didn't do enough, man. And there was a question he asked her. You know, I remember a attorney that worked on the Johnny Cochran case. He said, you never ask a client a question you don't know the answer for. Never do it. And it seemed like he did in a couple occasions. So, because he said, he said something to the fact that, something like, were you really forced to go with Puff? She's like, yeah, I really felt like I had to go to Kid Cudi house. I don't believe he knew the answer to that. I believe he was thinking he was going to catch her out there in something else. I believe that might have been a question Puff gave him. Because why would you ask her that? It's understood if he got a gun waving that she feel compelled to go to Kid Cudi's house. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even entertain that. And also I'm gonna say this: they're talking about the DNA on the Molotov cocktail, saying it's a female. I wouldn't even entertain that if I was the defense. Why? Because what if it comes back to Capricorn Clark or Cassie, and then they could easily say that Puff made me do it. Oh, and by the way, Cassie's in labor. If anybody want to know, y'all probably, if y'all following the case, y'all know that already. Cassie, she officially went to the hospital today, and she's in the labor unit. So Cassie is expecting her third child. She is in labor. Cassie is 100% in labor. You know what I'm saying? So that's news right there. She was taken to the hospital in New York. She lives in New York City, so she was somewhere in New York right now in the labor unit. Yeah, victim too. And it's something about she was in the bed, he came and graped her. You know, the grapes. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We're gonna see. That's gonna be a major inferno. Because like I said, with all the the hearing of abuse and stuff like that, it's gonna be implied that they might side with the government if this is a close case to call. They might side with them. So that's what's going on right now. She's testifying tomorrow. They said her name, Mia, LAPD, somebody from the LAPD, somebody from the Los Angeles Fire Department. Okay, because they got to testify to what they saw with the car. Okay, so and then an LAPD person, and then Mia. She might be the first to testify tomorrow, just to get it, just to get it all the way set off. They setting it off this week, guys. The prosecution is really, really setting it off. They're setting it off. Set it off, yo, on the right. They setting it off. Set it off. Set it off. To the right, to the right. Set it off. Set it off. It's setting it off. They setting it off, man. They setting it off in a major way with no preservatives added. They setting it off. So they are establishing this criminal organization now. They're establishing it. For sure they are. But here's the thing though. The jury, it depends on who the jury believes. If they feel like Capricorn is not credible, then they probably not going to go with it. But you never know. Is she credible or not? Because the defense said, she kept going back. She kept going back. Like, I personally wouldn't have went back. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like, okay, but she said he had a stronghold in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't gonna get another job because he would have prevented her from getting a job. So he had a say so in the industry. And then she said it was a record label was like, yeah, don't. She said it wasn't about the job. They told her don't leave Puff alone. They told her to leave Puff alone, and Mark Agnifilio said, "Objection! Objection, Your Honor." Sustained. You can disregard her last answer. Sustained. But guess what? The jury heard it. It don't matter if it was sustained, but they heard it. So it's crazy, man. You said you be safer. Yeah, man. It's fires erupting in different pockets in the street. I ain't gonna speak on it, but y'all about to hear about it. But I ain't speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? One of them is involving a bodyguard. Just let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? People looking for people. It's crazy, man. Anytime where you have a bunch of us gathered together, it's always going to be a problem. That's why I don't do cookouts. I don't do none of that. Like, yesterday people was cooking out in the park. Nah, man, I'm not trying to hang around. Sorry. I'm not trying to. But it was successful yesterday in the park. Everybody had a good time. People were selling food out here. You could have went out here and got you some barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a success. But usually when we gather like this, it's always competition, people looking at each other, and I'm not beat for that, yo. Not at my age. I keep it moving. Long as people don't touch, that means I keep it moving. You can say what you want, but just don't touch. Ashe. You can say what you want, but just don't touch. Ashe. You can say what you want, but just don't touch. Ashe. Yes, indeed. And that's how we do it. You LA Soul said, I'm looking for you. Well, you can be looking for me in the daylight with a flashlight, as long as you don't touch. Ashe. You can be looking for me in the daylight with a flashlight. Hey, if you see me, buy me some Starbucks. Ashe. But no, I'm not in the drama. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not in the drama, but I see it. I sure do. A brother, look, I might be big, but a brother know how to skedaddle. I know how to skedaddle. I know, look at LA Soul. LA Soul said I was trolling earlier. Hey, man, it's not, let me just say this. At the end of the day, we have a long way to go in this trial. We're only in the third week of testimony. The defense still have to put on their case. I don't know how long the defense going to take, but they're on track to finish. They're on track to finish on time, which means that Puff could be coming home. I told you guys, this is a case where the jury is who the jury believes. That's where it's going to come down to, because I still haven't seen no, like, you know how people looking for a smoking gun? Like, there's a guy out there right now, right? He's adamant about this ain't sex trafficking. And he mad emotional about it too. And then he said something about, I don't want to get into it, but he got supporters out there. I'll just tell you all that, yo, for real. Oh no, Sheila, I know how to skedaddle. That's an old word. I know how to skedaddle. I might be big, but I know how to skedaddle. I was a tight end, so I know how to bob and weave from a tackle. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do a spin move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did a better job, I think, but it's still going to come down to the storyline. What do the jury believe? Because the jury, it's up to the jury, man. Because I was looking for, damn, they ain't got no. I remember Kid Cudi saying that his surveillance system wasn't working. His camera was turned the other way. Now he never answered the question on why his surveillance system wasn't working. Did somebody cut it, or was it just not working? He never answered that question. They never went down that road. So that's leaving me guessing. Like, why, you live in a house like that and you don't got no surveillance system? Or maybe he didn't want to give over the surveillance system because that means he would have outed Puff. Because if the police saw that, they certainly would have went after Puff. Certainly. If they saw that and saw him saw him with a gun on the property, they for certain, maybe the LAPD, maybe it would have been somebody else would have got involved. Because he's real good by saying, hey, don't tell the police. Don't do that. So he ain't had that much power as we thought he had. If he's telling people that, don't report this and this and that, he ain't got that much power. He's smart. He is smart. You said Diddy will be free for sure, guys. He'll be free for sure. You said, what if Cassie turned them the other way the day before? Thank you, Beth. Yeah, it's crazy out there, man. It's just, some people just don't, some people just ain't got no act right in them. That's the only thing I can tell you. I mean, it was expected. You know what I'm saying? It's expected, but there's a YouTuber out there that's getting targeted right now. She getting targeted, but you'll see it later. Y'all will see it later. She getting targeted, man. You'll see it later. And the reason why she getting targeted because she getting views. But watch this. We target our own, right? But overlook everybody else. That's why I say, man, you a big YouTuber, but see, here's the thing though. They're not gonna win with her. I'm just telling you that. She got special ops out there. They not gonna win with her, fam. They got special ops. They got special ops out there, man. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? If I was big like that, I still wouldn't have no bodyguards though. I still wouldn't. I would just park near to the courthouse. Because there's a spot where you can park right there near the courthouse. And it's only like I can literally run to the door. That's how but I needed some steps. But you still gotta take precaution, which is safety though. Yeah, Cassie will be fine. Cassie will be fine. But I just remember what big homie CC said. He said this thing's getting strange. He ain't lying. He is not lying, man. Things getting strange. But Capricorn, like I said, it's just a matter of the jury find her credible or not. Because if you're looking for a smoking gun, it ain't. There is not one. There's no smoking gun right now. But that means something could be coming, though. I don't know. You know, they still have a long way to go here. You should have just catch a ride share. Yeah, she need the ops out there because if not, they would make her experience miserable. But she got them though. They there for sure. She got them. But it's just funny how we just target our own kind, yo. That's just how it is. We already know how that it's always like that. It's always like that. But hey man, what can you do? Um, but just report on the case. It's business, you know. Report on the case and go home. That's it. I ain't gonna get on to that, Miss Tiffany. You'll hear about it. Pretty sure you will. Pretty sure you'll hear about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll hear about it at some point or another. Um, yeah, so at some point. Yeah, I stay out of it, Coco. I stay out of it for sure. It's kind of the whole thing is kind of like a like a movie, man. Movie, so to speak. It's just like it's like you living in a movie. That's the crazy part. There's definitely gonna be there's definitely gonna be something after this, like some type of series or docu series coming or something. For sure about the whole like experience of this trial, like a documentary about this trial. For sure, is coming. But as far as like a lot of people hanging outside, there's not really that. You might have some like onlookers that come that's just curious. They'll come stop by, but it's not what I expected it to be. I'm thinking closer it gets to the end, it's going to be a lot of more people out there. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of media out there. I'm talking about besides the media. I'm talking about just regular people, just people onlookers. It's not really a lot. And there's people around there. They don't care one way or the other what's going on with this trial. Yeah, you said Capricorn Clark. Woo. Woo is an understatement. She's already, like I said, she might be the glue for the Rico, but again, that's for the jury to decide if her testimony holds weight. But she's already described two kidnappings. And the first one is I like I didn't I'm like that's like you can't make that up. Like wait a minute. Like why would you hire her if you have to put her through a lie detector test? And I think that might have been a like just to mess with her mind, you know? Just to mess with her mind a little bit. Yeah, she added a little bit more to the Kid Cudi situation about them like trying to chase him down. I mean, he ain't say none of that. Like, he skirted off. He was gone. And then going back to his house, trying to convince him, and then Cassie, getting kicked. And the way she described the Cassie situation was sad. It was sad, honestly, because she went down in a fetal position. It was sad, actually. And we could believe that because we saw the hotel video. That's why the hotel video is very significant, because it's believable that he did that to her. And then we also saw the pictures with the bruises on her back that her mother took. So yeah, they're dangerously close to finding Capricorn credible. If they do, this is over. If they do, it's over. He damn near, I know they saying he might be found guilty on something. Nah, he might be found guilty on everything. On everything. It just don't look good with all the talk of violence. There's more than one person saying that she's getting beat up. And there's pictures to prove it. It's dangerously close, man. Very damning testimony. And the jury had to hear it. He better hope that jury not sitting there like, we gonna fix your ass. He better hope not. He better hope not. And look, if the if, this is what I predict. This is what I predict. I predict it's gonna be a short verdict. If they reach a verdict, it's gonna be short. It's gonna be short, man. No more than 2 days. No more than 2 days. 48 hours, they'll have a verdict. That's it. If they reach a verdict, it's gonna be very quick. Within 48 hours. So I wouldn't have to come there but for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? 48 hours, there's going to be probably a verdict. 48 hours. They might have a few questions. They might not have no questions. They might not. They might just say, Judge, we reached a verdict. Yeah, he got to be nervous. He got to be. He got to hold it together, though. Perception is everything. Perception is 100 is key. Perception is key. So you got to hold it together. You know, how they say never let them see you sweat. That it applies here. But it's just too much, man. I understand what people are saying. Well, they got to prove the criminal enterprise. She's kind of proving it. Like taking her against her will for 5 days to take a polygraph test, or I'll send you in the river. Finding out about Cassie and then trying to cover it up by telling him not to go to the police. The bodyguards, I'm gonna tell you something. The bodyguard, I'm expecting a bodyguard to testify at some point. You keep hearing about these bodyguards not doing nothing, but maybe they won't. I don't know. All right, old Sheila, catch you later. That's all they're hearing is the foolishness. Really, that's all they're hearing. But to hear her describe how he did Cassie, I'm surprised she made it through that. But she got in a fetal position. It's crazy. And she said, and he told her to leave, and she went walking. At, right when she still had Cassie in her sight, he's still kicking, until she left the site area. She didn't see it no more. That's what you call a hate and disdain for women. Anytime you got to do that, you don't like women. There's some, you be careful, ladies. There's some men out here that don't like women. They don't like women. And that's what it sounds like here. It sounds like he don't like women at all. You are just disposable, and that's it. And that's why he's sitting there, because he ain't got no respect for nobody. That's what I'm getting out of it. So it's like his past life is flashing before his eyes. That's what it seemed like. All his dirty deeds is out there in the open now. All the skeletons coming out the closet. Yeah, that could be it too. Bodyguards could come out and say, "Well, I was threatened for my life." Well, I wouldn't be working for somebody like that then. I'm a bodyguard and my principal is threatening me. Nah, I can't be working like that. That's a dangerous situation, because would they really put their lives on the line for him? Think about it. If he run in a situation like that, would they really, if it comes down to it, would they put their lives on the line for him? Probably not. They'll probably go running. And them bullets finally probably go running. You said misogyny is a default in our society. He was a monster that grew. Men and women have to work to decondition their minds about women. It's all about your mindset and your rearing as well. That has something to do with it. Yeah, it's like it seemed like it's a monster that grew fueled by drugs. That's what the testimony is saying. Fueled by drugs. Like I said, he just sitting there now, like, whew, like damn. I wonder what he's thinking. Like I really was acting crazy. Can I explain jury nullification? It's when it, like, for example, that came up with Luigi Mangione. They're pushing for jury nullification, meaning he's guilty as fuck, but we're gonna find him guilty anyway on principle. That's jury nullification, in layman's terms. That doesn't apply to this case. And here's the crazy part. I'm thinking, should he went with a bench trial or a jury trial? He went with a bench trial. He'd have been, I think he'd have been done either way. I know people are, still saying they haven't proven the RICO, but they're dangerously close now to proving it with her testimony. But the jury has to go off of testimony, which is evidence, right? Testimony, and see if and decipher to see who they believe or not. Decipher, okay, this person's credible, this person credible. Now, I know what the defense is saying. Well, she kept going back, so that's something to think about. Like, will your life really in jeopardy if you keep going back? And then they shared a text message to Puff, talking about Cassie and all that, and saying that your grace period for being mad with me should be over now. She sent him that. She said, Puff, your grace period for being mad at me is over. So they had her read it out loud. So, like, why would you say that to somebody, like the grace period is over for you being mad with me? I guess because she felt like that was her only opportunity in the game. So she was stuck in a no-win situation. Now, if the jury feels like that, he is screwed. He's chopped and screwed. So that's why I'm giving it to you there. That's why I'm saying, the reason why I'm saying it like that is because we only have to go off of her testimony. Do you believe her or not? Yeah, she said they blackballed her, but they said objection sustained. She said I was blackballed. Objection sustained, but the jury still heard it. It's sustained and strike that, but the jury still heard it. They can't unhear it. That's why they see the prosecutors knew that that was going to be an objection, but the jury still heard it. Okay, they still heard that, so they might be like, you know what? Yeah, she was, this is her only hope, and stuff like that. She said she has an autistic child, and she mentioned all of that. She needed her income and her status in the game, and that's why she went back. Like I said, if the jury believes her, he's chopped and screwed. You say he should have stopped pushing the question, and they inquiring about that DNA on that Molotov cocktail. What if it comes back to her? Then, if I'm a juror, I'm gonna be like, he made her do it. Case closed. You know what I'm saying? Case closed. He made her do it. Okay, he didn't do it, but he made her do it. That's what I'm believing. Case closed. We got a predicate act. They already satisfied their predicate acts already. I believe so. If they believe her, case closed. What else? What else he charged with? Guns, extortion, um, kidnapping, money laundering. Case closed, man. I think they don't checked it off. If they believe the government's witnesses. But like I said, he has a lot of support still, and they're believing that the RICO has not been met. But depends on who you talk to, lawyers as well. Just like somebody was saying, well, no, sex trafficking, is prostitution, blah blah blah. Nah, it's taking somebody across state lines and paying them for the purpose of sex. That's sex trafficking, according to the federal government. According to the federal government. Please take this time to give me a like, comment, share, subscribe. All that'll be greatly appreciated. All that'll be greatly appreciated in advance. But as soon as I get off here, I'm going to go see what the drama's about. Because there's some drama. Somebody said they want to meet somebody in the elevator alone. Yeah, it's some drama, man. It's some drama. I like to ride up the elevator with him alone. I'm like, damn. In a federal, no, we don't want to do that. Yeah, it's up to the jury. Oh, you saw that? Y'all saw what I'm talking about? That's crazy. He went live and said that. He said, I want to see somebody in the elevator alone. Ride up the elevator with him. You said Jay-Z's the black gatekeeper. Yeah, them elevators got cameras, fam. Yeah, you said no one wants their name smeared. I know that's right. Somebody don't came out the rafters with a case. Talking about that lawsuit with Puff got a new lawsuit. This guy filed the lawsuit pro se. And it's a white guy. He got pictures and everything. Yeah, we was together. He got pictures of him, Puff, um, Farnsworth Bentley. Stevie J being quiet. I didn't see him up there yet. He ain't stupid. He didn't make them hit records for nothing. Everybody playing the sidelines. Like, you said so messy on this app. Yeah, it could get real messy sometime. It's to be expected. It's to be expected. It really is to be expected. But what can you do? You just got to play the sidelines like me and know when to weave and duck. You got to do the spin move. Yeah, he said he came to the trial. I didn't see him. He said he came during jury selection. I wasn't there for jury selection. Yeah, when the whole jury selection was going on that week, yeah, I wasn't there. I was I was still in Virginia during the jury selection. I'm back in Jersey now. Life is just so different around these parts, man. This is truly is the sixth borough. It really is. Life is so different around these parts, compared to where I'm at in Virginia. I heard him and Drake got into it over a beat. He said Freddie P interviews be hilarious. No, Choppers be hilarious too. The way he talked. He said, I was up there. You see what I'm saying right there? He said, I was up there, right there in that there courtroom right there. And Diddy looked at me like, what the fuck you doing here right there? He looking at me like I'm a clown, you dig? You like, what is he doing here right there? And everything. Oh, administered the IV drip. That's to recuperate after partying right there. That's it right there. Yeah, he didn't steal it. Drake, because Puff was sitting on it, he wasn't using it. And 50 said the reason why he got mad is because Drake made a hit off of it and Diddy couldn't hear the hit. He said his ears couldn't hear that hit. He couldn't hear it. Like his ears is old. He couldn't hear. He couldn't make a hit out of it, but Drake did. Drake made a song recently with Mark Agnif with Brian Steele name in it. He said, "I'm back outside. Something thanks to Brian Steele or something." He said it's almost like he threw like a subliminal in there, right there. You said you still don't understand how this is all relevant to a RICO. RICO is racketeering. It's a corrupt. It's a criminal organization. So when you pick up somebody and you got a gun wave and said get in the car, that's a predicate act. All you have to do is prove two predicate acts within the organization. They said this was fueled by him, you know, his empire was ran by whatever he wanted to do. Pretty much they're saying he was doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. And don't matter if it was legal or not. That's what they pretty much saying. Now, like you're saying, Mac, is it gonna stick or not? I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm thinking my theory is if the jury believes that the witnesses for the government, it's gonna stick. But I have no way of knowing it's gonna stick until the jury decides in that deliberation room. But I get what you're saying. You said we on your head top, Max. Damn, LA Soul. Come on, man. You LA Soul, man. You're supposed to be cool. I don't know if you're from the West Coast. All my West Coast massive is cool. He said, you on my head top. We on your head, Max. Shit. Okay, Howard said, Howard don't time you out. So I can't, like I said, my mods, they do what they want to do. I never question the mods. So he don't set up there and times you out for talking. So we used to do it like that. You got 86 seconds to think about it. Hey Audrey. You said what I missed? You missed the explosive day. You missed the explosive day. That's what you missed. Yeah, you missed an explosive day. Yeah, 86, damn, 86,000 seconds. Damn, 86,000. I know it said 86K. I thought it meant 86 seconds. It said 86,000 seconds. I don't know if that's right. You said a 24-hour time. Okay, you hit him with a 24-hour timeout. Yeah, he don't got timed out for 24 hours. You said it's been explosive inside and outside the courtroom. Celebrity, do you want to speak on it? I'll let you speak on it in the chat. I'm just not going to speak on it like that there. But speak on it in the chat. How is it explosive outside the courtroom right there? Like that there. I'll confirm or deny. Oh, look at Chantel. She said, I snipe people, but I give them at least 5 minutes. But damn, he gave him 24 hours. Howard not playing. Now, YouTube Unfolded, Miss VS, she don't play either. She try to help you out too. She try to just time you out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But then if she feel like she's getting annoyed, then yeah, it's block time. It's block season. Yo, the verdict gonna be crazy. Yeah. She said, look at celebrity scandals. Man, it's so much. You dang right, it's a lot. It's a lot going on outside. Somebody talking about they want to meet up with somebody, and it's crazy. You said she got a new blonde wig and it looked good. She stayed together. She stayed having it together. You said what he said was kind of a threat. So yeah, 24 hours. Yeah, it was. He said we on your head, Max. He said we on your head. He said thinking stuff sweet. He said folks trying to catch charges. I know that's a federal area there. You can't be doing that there. You gotta leave that there alone, like in my chopper voice. You leave that there. Leave that there alone. But so far as the experience, listening to a federal trial is everything I thought it would be. LA Soul, YouTube. Yeah, he had one of the last live. He had a timeout. Them timeouts he don't care about them timeouts. He do not care about them timeouts. What he do is he space it out. He space his talk out. Like he'll talk regular, but he'll add something in between. He spaces it out so he'll try to rock us to sleep. He spaces it out, and he don't write like a long sentence. He like he get in and out. You says was Gene Dill there? Gene, yeah, Big Gene. He's gonna be there for the whole duration. He said, Big Gene. He really is Big Gene. Okay, I see why they call him Big Gene. Okay, celebrity, you already opened up the can of worms. Should Chantel want the tea? She want the Lipton's tea. She want the Earl Grey tea. Okay. Hell, she even wants some Folgers coffee. Okay. She wants some Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Okay. I know y'all want it. She want the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Um, yeah, you got to get it. She opened it up, so we telling her to drop the tea. No, y'all want the outside tea, not inside. Y'all already heard the fireworks inside the car. She want to know the outside tea. That's what they want. They want the summer tea, the top of the summer tea. Like something going on. The top of the summer tea. Okay, celebrity, you got to give it to them because they want it. You got to give them the top of the summer tea and the coffee. Some people drink coffee. Some people not tea drink. Or what else? Some people want, um, what do you call it? They want they want the perimeter tea. She says she want the Bustelo coffee espresso, please. Some people like smoothies. They want the smoothie. They want the sipping tea, the smoothie. We gonna have to have everything for sale because it's just going out. It's going crazy out there. That's how people are, man. I tell you. You want the smoothies. Um, Lord have mercy. Please don't hit my car. Okay. They want the smoothies. Celebrity, you can't get quiet on us now. Cause they gonna want me to bring it. So the chai tea, you gotta give them something, celebrity. You gotta give cause we don't open up the Pandora's box. Okay, she giving y'all the tea now. She giving it to y'all now. She said there's a new lawsuit with this alleged victim, and it looks like there's a picture with Gene Deal. So Gene is saying it's not him, but it does look like Gene. Yeah, but that's part of the tea. But give him the rest on why Gene is mad and he looking for somebody. Now this just came on my desk last night. It hit my desk last night. It hit my desk last night now. Yeah, oh God. And you know how he get. He starts speaking in the first person, you could forget it. Once he starts speaking in the first person, you can forget it. How dare they put Big Gene name in their mouth? Big Gene. When he starts talking like that, it's a wrap. Yeah, that's a huge allegation to be putting on somebody. Renaissance woman said people been mad mad at you. Yeah, he get quick updates. You talking about Puff? I'm sure he does. He know everything. I'm pretty sure he do. He get the Earl Grey tea every morning, or when he get back. You said so they bump heads in the okay. That's now she giving y'all the Earl Grey tea. Y'all getting it all now. Okay. Right. Right. YouTube unfolded. The YouTuber. The YouTuber. The YouTuber. Said told him to see him outside. Now, let me just say this real quick. I got size on me too, right? But I told y'all he got NFL left tackle size. That's a different type of size. He got NFL, not I'm talking about the National Football League, the NFL left tackle size. I'm talking about starting left tackle. Starting left tackle for Tom Brady size. That's what kind of size he got. You said, yeah, most bodyguards are huge. Yeah, but he got different type of size. YouTube unfolded. Bodyguards could be my size. They could be even smaller than me. The world top bodyguard is a woman, right? The world's number one bodyguard is a woman, but he has NFL left tackle size. NFL. Said Tisa was trying to interview Gene, and the YouTubers started yelling questions at Gene, disrupting. Yeah. You said, well, I met a female. See, yeah. They the most vicious, believe it or not. It's the women. The women are the most vicious bodyguards. Omar Gaddafi, back in the day, he had all women bodyguards, and they were deadly. Omar Gaddafi. Well, Neomar, I can't say his first name right. I should say Omar. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Gaddafi. Back when he was alive, he had all women bodyguards. See, the tea is spilling in here now, y'all. Now it's all type of tea. Lord have mercy. Y'all don't messed up. All type of tea up in here now. But that's why I told you I know how to spin, move, and pivot. Whoop, 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 whoop. Like, damn, he big, but he got ghost. I can get ghost on you. For real. He got NFL left tackle size. Starting left tackle for Tom Brady. That's the size he got. And he got long arms on top of it. He got a long wingspan on top of it. His wingspan got to be like 6'9". He got a 6'9" wingspan. You said, I told you that. But see, here's the thing, YouTube unfolded. He has NFL left tackle size. That is a different kind of size. Okay? And he's still swift with it. He's still swift. He's not slow. He look it, but he's not. You said fame any way you can get it. Go for it. That's why I say go for it then. Fame. I don't want that type of clout. No, I don't. He would have to catch me. He would have, he would have to catch me. He had to catch me, yo. He had to catch me. I mean, I'm the size. I look like I'm ready to do the 3 technique. You know what I'm saying? No, I look like a freaking nose tackle. But No, sir. Not with that type of wingspan. Not with that type of wingspan. He bigger than Trent Williams. And Trent Williams is the NFL #1 tackle. He bigger than Trent. I seen Trent up close. He bigger than Trent. He's bigger than Trent Williams. I'm 6'1", and he's bigger than Trent Williams. Okay? So let that sink in. He looking like, let me see what left tackle he looking like. He looking like King Dunlop. He the size of King Dunlop. If anybody know King Dunlop, he used to play for the Eagles. His name is King Dunlop. Like Dunlop tires, King Dunlop. He King Dunlop size. I seen King Dunlop in the airport one time. I said, Lord have mercy. That's what you call a tack. That's what you call an offensive lineman. He's King Dunlop size. He sound big, don't he? King Dunlop. He sound big. That man is huge. King Dunlop. Jumbo Elliott. He Jumbo Elliott size. He used to play for the Giants and the Jets. Jumbo Elliott. We used to call him back in a Big Jumbo Elliott. It wasn't nobody getting past him. He Orlando Pace size. Need I say more? I just said Orlando Pace. He's Orlando Pace size. And Orlando Pace didn't give up no sacks. Okay? He the size of Big Country Brian Reeves, man. Big Country. But I'm going to tell you something. You can be a troll all you want to, but there's some people out here, you can look in their eyes and tell they don't play. Gene is one of them. He don't play. You can see it in his eyes. He don't play. He wasn't Puff's bodyguard for nothing now. Oh, Ray J went on there and said that he's going to be acquitted sooner than later. There's certain people you just see it in their eyes. He's a gentle giant, but just don't mess with him. That's what I take from him. Don't mess with him. You said Ray J stays so confused. Ray J he just trying to get his moment in the shine right now. You see what I'm saying? He don't interview with peers. He just doing his numbers. That's all. He making his rounds. You know. I remember he said something about baby oil. He said people just getting taken advantage of. It's not funny. Yeah, you don't mess with Gene. I remember I was playing football, and there was a kid, we called him Suleiman. He's a defensive lineman. He played offensive line too. This dude, and now that I think about it, I think he was like 3 years older than we were. Straight Nigerian. This dude had grown man strength in high school. He put his hands on you. He flinging you any which way. Don't matter. You getting flinged. He flung me so bad because I had to block him on the play. He flung me so bad. I said, I got you the next play. Because I remember him from grammar school. We knew each other from grammar school. I said, I got his ass. His lower body is weak. Is weaker than his upper body. Yes, indeed. Rest was history. I got him right down. That's like now that block is illegal now. It's called a chop block. It's actually illegal. But you said Armand and Nika at night too. You said Trump passing an executive order banning baby oil. That's hilarious. We gotta get this. We gotta get this baby oil out of here. Thank you, Willow. Yeah, most of the YouTube they are really cool actually. They just out there doing their thing. They don't really have time. They're vlogging and writing notes. They don't have time for nothing. They don't have time to, like I said, they don't have time for the rigmarole. Yeah, some people just don't have time for it. The rigmarole, that's what I call it. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think he might address it on the video. He did a little bit, but he didn't go into detail. Time for the. Oh, I got one right here. I didn't even know it. Okay. I got an extra one. Okay, cool. That's good to know. He stopped being a bodyguard. Like, I can't remember the time frame, but he had explained it. He had got into it with, he said, Diddy's mother. And then it was a little while. Like, that whole, like, a lot of that Cassie situation, I think he was there a little bit. Then he stopped being a bodyguard. He stopped working for Puff. He wasn't there for the whole duration. Like, all this drama going on, he wasn't there for that. But shout out to Big Gene. Big Gene. But yeah, man, it's just as far as the testimony is concerned, it definitely wasn't a dull moment. And we expected it. We expected her to say something. We expected her to say something. And like I said, the whole Kid Cudi situation, said Puff came to her house, had a gun in his hand, waving it, and she felt compelled to go to Cudi's house. So rest was history. He's saying it wasn't him, celebrity. So unless he's saying that's like an old photo of a different event, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's saying it wasn't him. I agree. It looked like him though, but he's saying it wasn't. So it is what it is, man. I know. I don't know who the female DNA is. If they do get into that and find out it's her, then that's going to be kind of damaging for the defense because the jury could say he had her do it. So that's kind of, I'll just move on at that point. I get what they're saying though. Like, um, it wasn't him. You know, it wasn't his DNA. So I get the argument there. Coco said, but hey, but hey, that's all you got to say sometime. But hey, it is what it is, man. Hopefully everybody get along, you know. That's the only thing you can hope for. Everybody get along right there, like that there. Like in my chopper voice, like that there. You said maybe it's AI. Could be, yeah. Could have put it together real quick. But that guy came out of the, like tickets say, that guy came out of the rafters. He came out of the rafters with this story. He came out of the rafters, man. Ticket interviewed him. He sure did. He came out of the rafters with that story. He said, yeah, But then they were trying to, people were getting on him in the comment section, was like, well, you brought the girls to the party? That's like illegal. Like, why would you do that? The girl's supposed to be underage, and you told him to come on. Like that's kind of like illegal, man. Yeah, that's kind of illegal, man. Yeah, he said he had a black name and everything. He said we all thought you were black. He popped up out of nowhere, yo. He popped up like the ghost of Christmas past, man. He said, yeah, he had a Sean John folder in his hand. It's crazy, man. He just don't fit the storyline, but I guess he do. I'm just like this. Hey, it is what it is. You said I can edit photos to look real. The two, yeah, in Photoshop. I mean, the photo look real. You see what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta be like, it is what it is. You know, you just gotta be like, it is what it is. He said it wasn't him. I wasn't there. You weren't there. None of us was there. I just know Puff. He was a busy. He was busy, wasn't he? And I wasn't even checking for Puff all these years. I really wasn't. But he was busy in his life, man. He was doing some things, man. Yeah, they did the cross and they finished. And then they did the cross. Prosecutors got back up there and finished up. She was like, "Did Puff have a gun? Did Mr. Combs have a gun that night when you went with him?" Yes. Yeah, man. It's just like it's crazy. That's the only thing I could tell you. This is crazy. This whole storyline is like bugged out. But you still got people saying that, nah, they still ain't established a RICO yet. Not if they believe her story. If they believe her story, they did. But there's more to come because they said that they're on track to be finished in 5 weeks. This is week 3 of testimony. That means they got 2 more weeks of testimony. They got 10 more days after this. After this week is over, they got 10 more days of testimony. That's a lot of people. That could be potentially 15 more witnesses if you think about it after this week. You said, hope all is well, Max. The RICO went down today. Yeah, that's just for the prosecution, Ryan. That's what they're saying. Well, the defense got to put their case on. They also had an issue about the MDC, about them getting cut off, like from talking to Puff at a certain time. The judge said he gonna work on that. He said 5:30 is a cutoff or something like that. They got to come back strong, which I anticipate them doing. By the way, Cassie's in the hospital. She's officially in the delivery room, in the delivery ward. Yep, she went in today. They showed a picture of her walking today. Okay, so she's in the hospital. Third child is on the way. It's a boy too. Right, YouTube unfold. Wish her the best. That's why they had to get her out of the way because she was due any day. Yeah, they line up all their ducks in a row, Ryan. They not playing. These are some super prosecutors. They did not disappoint. Because I'm thinking, the feds, they didn't disappoint me. I tell you that much. They did what they had to do. Yeah, they for sure did not disappoint. Yeah, so far the judge has denied. If they gonna try to get her back on that stand, they got to do Skype. She ain't coming back on that stand. Not that she had the baby. They might have to do some Skyping or something. Yeah, you talking about Mia. Mia is tomorrow, folks. That's tomorrow. And her testimony, they said that thing might just be all the way crazy. Like me drop my hat crazy. And she's supposed to be I think one of the victims, alleged victims. They said it's supposed to get all the way turned, like craziness. No, not the singer. Just the stuff she said, is that I heard, was craziness. But that's supposed to be tomorrow, you know. That prosecution, like, oh, we not here to play with you. We're not here to play. Boom, boom, boom. Here I go. When that prosecutor come up, I'm like this. Doom, doom, doom. Here I go. Here I go. Right here. I'm the man's right here. I'm the woman right here. Here I go. Doom, boom, doom. Here I go. Gangster. I'm the woman right here. Boom, boom, boom. That mystical beat. Boom, boom, boom. Here I go. Or that Rocky theme music. That Rocky theme music when he training, they get you all hyped. They are now inching closer. I told you they're in the lead right now, and it's in caution. If you think about race car driving, it's in caution right now, but they took the lead, and the caution flag is about to be waved up, and we back to be regular racing. Can the defense catch up, folks? So they're in the second lead. Can they catch up? But I heard they took a pit. They had to change tires. They had to change tires. Yeah, they will have witnesses for sure. It ain't over for them yet, because there's always a Music City Miracle. They can always perform a Music City Miracle. Anybody remember that football game? Rest in peace to Steve McNair. He was part of the Music City Miracle. That was a perfect lateral. If you remember the Music City Miracle, that was a perfect lateral. Perfect. And he went and scored the touchdown. That receiver, he scored the touchdown on that lateral. We call it the Music City Miracle. That was a legendary game, man. Just like there's been a few legendary football games. Remember the Fog Bowl? I remember that. I remember the Ice Bowl too. A lot of legendary games. The Immaculate Reception. Franco Harris. Rest in peace to Franco Harris, man. The Immaculate Reception. Can they pull Immaculate Reception, man? Can they? No, forget that. Can they pull a Music City Miracle? So they're against the ropes, man. But can they do that Floyd Mayweather shoulder roll and do a check hook? He had one of the best check hooks in the game. He was dangerous with that check hook. He was very educated too. It was a very educated check hook. He's one of the he's one of those people that you appreciate years from now. Now he not boxing. You appreciate his defense. Reason why he couldn't knock people out is because his hands was brittle. You know what I'm saying? So he had to go with the points. You said the first Hail Mary. Can they do a Hail Mary? Yeah, a Hail Mary. Can they do a Randall Cunningham Hail Mary? Come on, man. Randall Cunningham, man. Philadelphia Eagles, man. A Randall Cunningham Hail Mary. Yeah, all the quarterbacks have an equal chance. All of them. Shador is looking good. Shador is what you call a first round quarterback. And they already know it now. He got the goods, Mr. Sanders. Yeah, that check hook he had was nasty, and a lot of people didn't give him credit for it. But that's how he beat Manny, because Manny had him against the ropes, and the crowd was responding to it, but he wasn't landing. And the reason why Manny wasn't going for the kill because he respect that check hook. He respected. Even when he fought Canelo Alvarez, Canelo didn't have he didn't have an answer for it. He didn't have an answer for what Mayweather was doing. He didn't have an answer for it. And I never forget when Mayweather fought De La Hoya. He made De La Hoya vacate his jab. And everybody know De La Hoya had one of the best jabs in the business. He had what you call an educated jab. It was very effective, and he had one of the best in the business at the time. And he made him vacate it. And then at the end of the fight, they asked him, why'd you let the jab? Why didn't you just let the jab go? He said, I couldn't hit him. I couldn't reach him. And I was getting frustrated. Yep. But I do believe if De La Hoya had stuck with the game plan, he could have beat him. But he didn't. He wasn't confident in the jab in that fight. Shit, he won the gold medal with that jab. He should have stayed. That's why they call him the Golden Boy. He won the gold medal with that jab, man. The Golden Boy from East LA. Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar. Oscar. Yeah, man. The Golden Boy. Can they do it? Can they use that jab, man, on this here case, man? They need they need something. And they might go for it, guys, because they didn't put their case on yet. Because he do have some good lawyers now. Don't let it fool you now. He got some good lawyers. And they're trying to get this man home. They going for the win. They not going for guilty on something. Nah. They not going for that. They going for a full acquittal. That's what they going for. This is what you call high stakes chess. This is chess being played, high stakes. Are they dangerously in checkmate? Because sometimes when you play, I'm a chess player. Sometimes when you play chess, you don't know that you're getting ready to be checkmated. You think you don't see it. You don't see it. But damn, next thing you know, like, damn it, let me lay the king down, yo, because I'm done. And just shake the man's hand because I'm done. There ain't nothing I could do. I was playing the other day and the dude was styling on me, yo. When I tell you styling on me, I think I was tired. He messed around and took my rook, right? And then took my other rook. And had my king dancing up the board. And he made one rule. He said his hand slipped. And I took his queen. And I still had my queen on the board. He said his hand slipped. Because I was getting ready to lay it down. But then I was like, damn, he just gave me his queen. I thinking he set me up for the checkmate anyway. But nah, he said he made a mistake. I concede to that. He made a mistake. He made a mistake, yo. But this is high stakes chess being played. This is top defense being played. It has to be. They have to pull. Listen, when I say top defense, they got to pull a Don Shula. They got to pull a Dom Capers. Come on, man. I just said Dom Capers. If you know anything about football, you Generation X, you know who Dom Capers is, man. All you cheeseheads got to know who Dom Capers is, man. He was one of the best defensive minds in the game, him and Don Shula, yo. Don Shula used to play chess on the field. And Don Shula got something that we can never take away from him. The no-name defense that went undefeated. We can never take that away from him. They went to the Hall of Fame over that. He went to the Hall of Fame over that. No-name defense, they went undefeated. Okay? And they didn't, and Bob Greasy got hurt. Talking about the Miami Dolphins, man. That great Miami Dolphins team, man. That shit gives me goosebumps. And Bob Greasy got hurt. They played the backup. He got hurt. They still went undefeated. He was playing high stakes chess that whole season. That whole season he was playing chess with the defense. You said there's no mistakes in chess, man. There's no mistakes. Well, technically there is. If you miss move online, that could happen, and your queen get taken from you. But you could still play. Technically, you could still play without it. But he was down both of his knights. He was down both his knights, yo. But I was down both my rooks. But I still had both my knights, and I had a bishop left and a queen. It was over with. But he still played though. I just kind of like, man, I styled on him so much. I took all his pieces, yo, and checkmated him. He didn't want to lay it down. See, when you don't want to lay it down, that's bad. Because I was getting ready to lay it down. Then he commented, he said, oh, man, I messed up. I said, I concede to that. You messed up. I concede. Good game. But they're playing chess right now. That's why I brought up chess. They're playing chess right now. High stakes chess. High stakes. This is the big boy court. You know how they say it's the big boy court? It's the feds. They are not disappointing. He is trying to beat the feds right now. That's what he's trying to do. And you know they have a high conviction rate. That's what he's up against. That's what he's trying to beat. He's trying to beat the United States of America. Lord have mercy. The United States. He said he was hoping I did make a mistake, Ryan. I did. He took both my rooks and had my king dancing. I did make a mistake, but he missed. He said it was a misfire. He messed up. He ain't have no more pieces left, just his king. And I checkmated him. It was it. It was over with. And I promoted and got another. I had two queens on the board. I promoted, so it was over with. He should have laid it down. It was over with. He didn't want to give up. He was hoping for a stalemate. That's what he was hoping for. You said you feel the jury didn't know what the charges are. No, they're going to get educated on at the end. They'll get educated on again. They have jury instructions at the end again. And they'll have the instructions in the back with them. They can read the instructions. Oh no, they don't have everything they need. That's what makes this system so beautiful. Regular people decided. Regular people. They are very important. They're the most important people in the courtroom. And they decided. Not the judge. Because this is not a bench trial. A bench trial is the judge decides it. This is not a bench trial, it's a jury trial. That's what makes it beautiful. Normal people that's listening right now, you might have to be in that seat one day, deciding somebody's fate. And the good thing about it is it's open to the public. So we know we can sit there and listen and see that he's getting a fair trial. We can for sure say he's not getting buffaloed in there. He's getting a fair trial. And guess what? We have the right to know who's accusing him. The public does, don't it? Yeah, it's true. We have a right to know. It's open to the public, and we have a right to know, just in case. So he can't say he wasn't getting both because he has witnesses. We're his witnesses. And like I said, I don't have a dog in this race. I just want him to have a fair trial because it could be any one of us sitting up there, and I would want a fair trial, whether we have money or not. I agree. This is my belief. It don't matter if you have money or not. You still should have a fair trial. And guess what? In the federal system, you can still have a fair trial with no money because the public defenders in the federal system is all that in a bag of chips. They're all that. Yes, public defenders in the federal level, they're all that. You would get a fair trial, but not everybody goes up against the feds. They're what we call the big boys, man. Because I told you, man, sitting in there, I don't like the fact that somebody's sitting there fighting for their life. That part I don't like. But if the evidence showed that he did it, right? But I like the whole process of it. How the lawyers go about their business, the strategies that they use. That's what I like about it. And trust and believe he has a team. Trust and believe he does. He has a well-versed team. Well-versed. You said it's like going up against Tyson in his prime. Yes, in his prime. Yep. It's like going up against that no-name defense, man. It's like going up against the steel curtain, Ryan. Going up against the steel curtain in the 70s. The steel curtain. Come on, man. It's like going against the purple people eaters in the 70s. The 60s, early 70s. Yeah, the steel curtain. You said what are all the charges he facing? Racketeering, sex trafficking, coercion by force, kidnapping, arson. Okay, money laundering. That's what he up against. You said he's not getting a fair trial because of the video that was tainted. Now, here's the thing about that, EB. You talking about when it first hit the public, right? That's what you're talking about. The reason why the video was relevant because she said she was leaving a freak off. But I know what you're saying. the video hit the public before he had the trial. I get what you're saying. It could have possibly tainted the jury. That's why you're saying that. Well, here's the thing. Worst case scenario is if he do get convicted, he'll have action in the appeals. And if he do get the appeals, you know, Jose Baez is around. He's one of the, in my mind, he's one of the best lawyers in America, yo. He got Aaron Hernandez off. He performed 2 miracles. I've seen him perform 2 miracles. Casey Anthony and Aaron Hernandez. He performed 2 miracles. And he hammered down what reasonable doubt was. One of the best lawyers in America, man. In my mind, he's up there with Thurgood Marshall. That's saying a lot for me to say that. Because Thurgood Marshall was so good, man, it's giving me chills to talk about Brown versus the Board of Education. It's actually giving me chills. He was that good. He was so good they couldn't deny him. That's how good he was. And he went all the way to the Supreme Court. He was a Supreme Court justice. He was the Supreme Justice of the Supreme Court. He went all the way to the Supreme Court. His career was legendary. You'll never see somebody like him again. Never again. He was a one of one. I studied all his cases, man. He was one of one. You'll never see that again. You said, what's the next move? The next move is tomorrow they still have the government still calling their witnesses. The defense has not presented their case yet. So we're waiting on it. They already lining it out, see Papa Mac, but the problem is this situation depends on who the jury sides with. They've already laid it out today, really. The bodyguards was acting in concert because they covered stuff up. He allegedly told Capricorn to get in the car. He had a gun waving. He told Capricorn allegedly to tell Cuddy to not go to the police. That's an act. That's a predicate act. So it just depends, though. I know what you're saying. There's no video of them at his house, right? It depends on what the jury believes. Who they gonna side with, man? Yeah, they're finished. Tomorrow is 3 other people. The LAPD, the Los Angeles Fire Department, the LAFD, and Mia. Jimenez, somebody named Jimenez, and somebody else. Mia. Now, see, you said, I don't know if I could put somebody away for a belief. Well, we got to see how the jury take that. Because all he needs is one person on the jury to think like you, and it's a hung jury. That's all he needs. That's all he needs, man. Just one person to think like that. It's a hung jury. The deliberations is gonna be. That's the real deal, man. Once they say, okay, the jury can go back and deliberate, then I will officially tell you guys his fate is now in their hands. And I wish both sides Godspeed, because now the jury has his fate in their hands now. They have. I will officially say, guys, they have the case. They have it now. When I say they have the case, that means they back there deliberating. They have the case. And I tip my hat to him. That's when I tip my hat to the jury. I like salute them. You have the case now. My opinion doesn't matter. Nobody opinion matters. Y'all got the case. Whatever y'all come up with, whatever y'all come up with. And then after it's all said and done, what does the judge do? Thank you guys for your time. Um, thank you for, for your service. He say, I thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. And I will come back in the back just to acknowledge you some more. You are now free to talk to the press if you like. If you don't want to talk to the press, I will see it that you get out of here without the press talking to you. Thank you for your service. That's it. That's it. We thank them for their service, man. That's all. Then they free to go. They back into the world. They are now free to talk about the case to their loved ones now. But once they get the case, Cyrus, they got the case. I already know it by heart, man. I know it by heart. If they reach a verdict, guys, I know it by heart. The judge will come in. Everybody rush to the courtroom because I'll be in the break room. Everybody rushing back. He said, he'll say to the bailiff, I understand that the jury has reached a verdict. Yes, Your Honor, the jury has reached. Okay, bring him in. And while we're waiting, please, no outbursts. You have to admonish the crowd, no outbursts. Please show some decorum. No outbursts. I understand that all parties are here. I see that all parties are here. The defendant is here. Bring the jury in. Everybody please rise. The jury comes in. And then he'll say, all right, well, to the jury foreperson, I see that you reached a verdict. Do you have the jury forms for me? Can I review them? Pass them over. The judge is going through the verdict forms. Okay, now you can publish the verdict. May the defendant please rise, man. May the defendant please rise. Instead of saying the state versus Sean Combs, no, it's the United States versus Sean J. Combs. On count one, that's it. On count one, we the jury find a defendant. What if they say not guilty, man? If the first count is the major count, if they find him not guilty, he is now in the driver's seat. Lord have mercy. If they find him not guilty on it, he's in the driver's seat. On count two, because if they find him not guilty on count two, they're gonna find him not guilty on count. No, if they find him not guilty on count one, that means he's gonna be found not guilty on count two. That's what I'm thinking. We the jury on count two, we find the defendant not guilty. Now it's the other stuff, the little stuff, like what are they gonna find them on? The gun charges are very problematic. It's very problematic. But if they sit up there and find him not guilty on everything, Lord have mercy. The first thing he need to do is just look up and just thank his creator. That's the first thing he need to do. And his life has now changed. It better have. His life has better now have changed. You will not see the same Puff ever again. His life better have changed. Better. Because now he is going to be watched. If he didn't think they had a file on him, he got one on him now. Let me tell you something. They found me not guilty. Say if I was in his position. If they find me not guilty, right, on everything, the very first thing I'll do is write Cassie a letter and apologize to her. I am sorry that I put you through this. I am sorry. God bless you. God bless your family. And I wish you the very best in life. God bless you. I will send Capricorn a letter. I'm sorry I put you through this. And God bless you too. I wish the very best for you in life. I would say that to her. I wish you the very best. That's right. Does that mean he got another lease on life? That changes people. I believe if he get out, he'll be a changed man. For sure. He'll be a changed man. A changed man. That's right. I will apologize. And I will apologize, man, to my family. My family, I apologize to you. I am now a changed man. Because this type of situation, it changes people. Hopefully for the better. And as for his lawyers, today's price is about to go up. That price about to go up. It'll go all the way up. Yeah, that's the first person I'll publicly apologize to her. Publicly. Only God has the last say for him. God has the last say. For his family, they have to put him in God's hands. Because God has the last say here. So whatever it is gonna be, as we say, so may it be, so may it be, and so may it be. Somebody is listening know exactly what I'm talking about because I said it 3 times. They probably like, how the fuck he know that? Well, so may it be, so may it be, and so may it be. That's it. If he gotta reap what he sow, the creator is gonna say something. The creator is gonna speak. Because as they say, the wheels of justice move slow, but it's on time. Ashe. Oh, you heard me, you too. I know you heard me. Yep. Whatever it's gonna be, folks, whatever it's gonna be. But it's not a lack of effort from his lawyers. I tell you that. Whatever happens, is not a lack of effort from his attorneys. They did the very best they could do. The very best. I would have them on my side any day. His lawyers any day. They're that good. And I think highly of them. Because with the work they're doing, I think highly of them. It's not an easy thing, man, trying to defend somebody. Like, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. They put in a lot of work. Both sides do. The state does. The government does too. They put a lot of work in. They can only do so much. As we say, they only could work with the hand they dealt with. That's it. You got to work it with the what you dealt with. That's it. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to you in a second. See what's going on around the YouTube verse. See what's going on out here. Hopefully everybody is safe out there. Hope everybody's safe. No drama. Hopefully the drama has subsided. I don't think so, but hopefully it needs to subside. But I'll talk to y'all in a second.